The morning sun filtered through the window of Miles Romeo's modest apartment, illuminating a space filled with sketches and notes about his app, BizBoost. After countless nights of hard work, today was the day he would finally present his business proposal to Bank of America, a well-known institution in the city. As he approached the Bank of America branch, Miles felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. The imposing glass facade towered above him, both intimidating and inviting. He took a deep breath, adjusted his tie, and entered through the revolving door. If this is your first time of watching our videos, you are welcome. Please hit the subscription button now so you can be notified anytime we upload new inspiring stories. Now let's get back to our story. Inside, the bank buzzed with clients dressed in tailored suits and polished shoes. Miles felt out of place in his casual attire. He approached the reception desk, where Mr. Thompson, a middle-aged white man with a stern demeanor, glanced up from his computer. "Hi, I have an appointment to discuss my business proposal," Miles said, trying to keep his voice steady. Mr. Thompson barely looked up. "Name?" "Miles Romeo." Mr. Thompson typed on his keyboard, then frowned. "I don't see you on the schedule. Are you sure you're in the right place? This is a serious bank, not a charity organization." Miles felt the sting of prejudice but remained determined. "I've done my research. My app can revolutionize local businesses." Mr. Thompson stood up, towering over Miles. "Listen, kid, we only work with established businesses. You should probably try somewhere else." Dejected, Miles turned to leave, his heart sinking. As he stepped outside, he felt the weight of rejection pressing down on him. Just as Miles was about to walk away, an older man approached him. He had graying hair and a warm smile that radiated kindness. "Don't let them get to you," the man said gently. "You have something special." "Who are you?" Miles asked, confused and curious. "I'm just someone who knows what it feels like to be underestimated," the old man replied. "Keep pushing forward." Miles was about to thank him when he noticed a familiar logo on the man's briefcase. It was the emblem of Bank of America. "Wait a minute. You own this place?" Miles asked incredulously. The man chuckled softly. "Yes, I'm Henry Johnson, the owner of Bank of America." Miles's jaw dropped. "Why didn't you ever reach out?" "I've been trying to make my way in this world on my own." Henry sighed deeply, his expression turning serious. "I wanted you to find your own path without my influence. I thought it was for the best." With emotions running high, they began to bridge the gap created by years of silence. They found a nearby cafe and sat down over coffee. "I've always admired entrepreneurship," Henry said, leaning forward. "Tell me more about your app." Miles hesitated but then opened up about his vision for BizBoost. How it could connect local businesses with customers and provide essential resources for growth. As he spoke passionately about his ideas, Henry listened intently. "I believe in your vision," Henry said finally. "Let's work together to make it happen." Over the next few weeks, Miles and Henry met regularly to refine the proposal for BizBoost. They shared stories, laughter, and even some tears as they navigated their complicated relationship. One afternoon in Henry's office, surrounded by framed photos of his family and achievements, they finalized their pitch for the bank's board. "Are you ready?" Henry asked, placing a reassuring hand on Miles's shoulder. Miles nodded, confidence surging through him. "Let's do this." On presentation day, Miles stood before the board members of Bank of America. His heart raced as he began his pitch. He spoke about the importance of supporting local businesses and how BizBoost could create a ripple effect in the community. As he finished, he noticed Mr. Thompson sitting at the end of the table, arms crossed and skeptical. "Interesting idea," Mr. Thompson said, but there was a hint of condescension in his voice. "But how do you plan to ensure success?" Miles took a deep breath. By leveraging technology and community engagement, we'll provide tools that empower local businesses rather than just handing out loans. The board members exchanged glances, some nodding in agreement while others remained unconvinced. Mr. Thompson opened his mouth to speak again when Henry interjected. "If I may," Henry said firmly. "I believe in this young man's vision wholeheartedly. We need to invest in innovation and support our community." Miles felt a surge of gratitude towards Henry as he realized that this moment was not just about him but about changing perceptions and paving new paths for others. After a tense discussion among board members, they voted on whether to fund BizBoost. The tension in the room was palpable as they awaited the final decision. "Congratulations, Miles," one of the board members announced with a smile. "We're excited to support your venture." Miles could hardly believe it. He was filled with joy and relief. Later that evening, Miles and Henry celebrated at a local restaurant. They raised their glasses in a toast. "To new beginnings," Henry said with pride. "To family," Miles replied, feeling a sense of belonging he had longed for. As BizBoost launched successfully and began making waves in the community, Miles made it a point to give back. He organized workshops for aspiring entrepreneurs from underrepresented backgrounds, sharing his journey and encouraging them to pursue their dreams. Months later, as he reflected on his journey, Miles wrote a letter to his mother about everything that had transpired, his struggles with identity, overcoming prejudice, and reconnecting with his father. "Dear Mom," he began. "I finally understand what it means to chase your dreams against all odds." In the final scene, Miles stood alongside Henry at a community event sponsored by BizBoost. They watched as local business owners shared their success stories. "This is just the beginning," Henry said proudly. Miles smiled back at him, realizing that family connections can shape our identities but do not define us. It's our choices that truly matter. In a world where racism and classism often dictate success, Miles had transformed not only his life but also the lives of others around him. Stepping into Bank of America with newfound strength and support from his father, he was no longer an outsider but a visionary ready to change the narrative, one business at a time. Discussion questions. 1. What were some key moments that defined Miles's journey? 2. How did family dynamics influence both Miles and Henry's decisions? 3. In what ways can we combat prejudice in professional settings? 4. How important is mentorship in supporting young entrepreneurs? 5. What does success look like beyond financial gain? If this story inspires you, please kindly hit the subscription button now. Remember, we are building a community of kind-hearted people. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.